We live in a state of equilibrium. Every action has a reaction. Every species has a purpose. During the 139th meeting of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, Edward Lorenz posed the question, does the flap of a butterfly's wings in Brazil set off a tornado in Texas? Although this may seem like an extreme statement to make, we are currently experiencing a series of millions of butterfly wing flaps that are drastically changing our world as we know it. We all have a role in society. We may not understand it fully yet, but our actions directly influence others. Things have an impact on us without us even realizing it, and without knowing we have an impact on other people too. Trees provide shade to humans and habitats to various animals. The sun gives light to the moon, who in turn pulls on the waters of the earth, creating beautiful waves and sometimes tragic disasters. The tiniest ants and bees contribute to our ecosystem in ways that are irreplaceable but so often overlooked. Even the bugs that we see as nuisances have a purpose, and our lives would be so much different without them. The prettiest flowers wilt and decompose to provide rich nutrients to the soil so that more species can grow. Even scary situations like storms with thunder so loud it shakes your entire house, or uncontrolled prairie fires swallowing its surroundings have a purpose and provide the earth and its inhabitants with something it didn't have before, like replenished soil or a cleansed foundation, allowing for a brand new start, perhaps even welcoming life that is better than what was there before. Sometimes it takes a tragedy for us to see things in a new light, like the death of a loved one or a global pandemic. Sometimes people need to experience total devastation to start over. And just like butterflies know their migration route without having to use GPS, and migrating birds know to rearrange their formation without having to be told when to do so, we will find a way to get through this together and maneuver through our intricate lives once again. The COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to adapt to a new way of life in a matter of weeks. Everything we once knew has been greatly altered or even entirely removed in order to prevent the spread of this dangerous virus. And with such drastic changes came a new perspective on the workforce. Like many Americans, I used to think wealthy CEOs, entrepreneurs, and lawyers were highly esteemed individuals with great lives, making a great impact on the world. During our current situation, however, essential workers, often the disregarded workers in society with jobs we look down upon or see as insignificant, are keeping the nation up and running, risking their health for an hourly wage job. Without one species, an entire ecosystem can fail. Without one valuable human being, who knows what the world would look like? How would our facilities stay clean if we didn't have janitors? How could we buy food and supplies if supermarket employees didn't work overnight shifts to restock goods for the public? Who would keep our cuticles maintained if it weren't for nail salon employees who are often the target of racist teasing? Who would pet my cat if I wasn't alive? We all matter, despite what we may feel, and we're all connected to each other and to the nature around us in many ways. The COVID-19-induced quarantine helps us realize that we all have a purpose, and we need to appreciate and respect each other despite our differences. The most profound lesson I learned in Josh Gray's English 1302 class was that anyone can have an impact. It doesn't matter how small or unimportant certain issues might seem in our fast-paced society. If it affects you, then you should care about it. I've realized that I've been passively living my life for a long time, and I would have entered adulthood with the same passiveness if it wasn't for this course. I used to think I had to move to a big city like Austin and have a six-figure salary if I wanted to find myself and be happy. I'm grateful that I am now able to realize the importance of questioning and understanding certain things in life, rather than blindly allow authoritative figures to tell me what to do and let shallow goals control my future. COVID-19 has helped me realize that life is fragile and meant to be enjoyed slowly. I've had harsh reminders of this truth throughout my life, and now that I've had the time to face my thoughts head-on, I realize that rather than living my life how I ought to be living it, doing what I really care about, and exploring interests for my sake, I've been aimlessly floating through my tasks like a zombie for a while now. After this situation ends, I hope I can remember that there are far more important things in life than being productive 24/7 or making lots of money. The earth has beautiful parts that I have yet to discover, and I've wasted quite a bit of time pretending to be something I'm not. Rather than doing something I have no real passion for, I want to make an impact and feel proud of the things I'm doing. While there are important things in life to think about, like paying the bills and buying homes, we really only have one life to experience the world and everything it has to offer, and we shouldn't waste it away. Just like a caterpillar morphing into its true form, a beautiful butterfly, I too am in the process of my own transformation, and I hope the rest of the world is too. I hope it will not have to take another global pandemic to remind us that every human being is essential to the greater good of society, in the same way that every flap of a butterfly's wings is crucial in determining the way the future will unfold.